right, guys. You see, it's me, Alex Garcia, aka the COG, coming at you from www.comicbookclique.com. And you know what day it is? The best day of the week. Brand new comic book day. And we got ourselves a plethora of great comic books this week. And we're going to start off in one of the hottest universes out there. We're going to start in that Ultimate universe. And I'm going to make sure to start where you need to start because certain events happen in certain orders. So make sure you start, if you've been reading all the Ultimate books, with Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 5, Dennis Camp, Cody Ziegler, Jonas Scarf. This is the conclusion to that Miles Morales crossing over into the new Ultimate Universe story. My only complaint with this miniseries has been maybe it went a little bit too long, but the conclusion wraps things up very nicely. I like to see where things are going now, especially now that we know that the Ultimate Universe is ending. R.I.P. April 2026. Unfortunately, it seems like when the Ultimate Universe is going to end, but this story sets up what the fallout from this Ultimate Universe could be and how it could lead to more Ultimate stuff. Very fun issue, big fight scenes, big crossovers. Everybody seems to show up in this final issue, and Marvel has already teased the ending of this story, so I don't want to spoil it here, but some very interesting things happen at the end. The story wraps up nicely and the potential lead to what's to come is looking very interesting. So don't miss out on the conclusion of the story, and make sure you read this one before you read Ultimates number 17 by Dennis Camp and Phil Noto, because some things that happen in there do affect what happened here, because our boy Dr. Doom, aka Reed Richards, what? Yeah, come on, we've known this for a while, guys. Phil Noto picks up the art this is kind of a follow-up to that fantastic issue number 4, where we find out exactly the origins of this Ultimate Dr. Doom that's actually Reed Richards. He has finally figured certain things out. More of the origin and the torture that the maker put this Reed Richards through is brought to light. We see all the things that he's been trying to do with how he's trying to remake his Fantastic Four, get over all that trauma so he can be the best member for the Ultimates that he can be. Great issue, so much emotion in this issue, so many revelations come out. It's great to see him finally kind of, getting his groove back, so to speak, because this Ultimate Reed Richards has been put through the ringer. So happy to see him finally shed that mold. This was an impactful issue, and all the Ultimate issues are really steamrolling ahead to Ultimate Endgame, which is being highly advertised right now because, again, RIP for the Ultimate Universe, April 2026. Can't wait to see how it all rolls out. Dennis and company, you continue to kill it. And not only Dennis and company, but Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto on Ultimate Spider-Man number 22. We have the fallout from big stuff that happened last issue. Spider-Man and Green Goblin are running around town. We're seeing just what it is that they're trying to get into. We have another guy dressed up as a Spider-Man, which is kind of a little nod to our boy Dan Slott. I don't want to spoil it. Fun stuff that happens in this issue with that, and lots of things falling into place. We got Richard Parker. He's working on something with Doc Ock to get something accomplished, so he's reeling back in Black Cat. We see, Mary Jane and Peter, they're preparing themselves for what's to come, and our boy Green Goblin is also setting up for what's to come, and a very, very fun cliffhanger ending at the end I was really liking, because I had a feeling we hadn't seen the last of that character, and we definitely haven't. Jonathan and company, killing it over here. Really looking forward to how this all is going to end with Endgame. Let's jump over to our regular 616 universe, where we got Jed MacKay and Mr. Carboni on Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu. This is the second part to that story arc where the Wrecker is being haunted by ghosts. Very, very great issue. Jed MacKay continues to show why this is his best book. This was a great follow-up for that first part. Very spooky stuff happening in this, right? This whole ghost stuff is perfect for October. The artwork on this is great. Seeing the Scarlet Scarab from the show up again, teaming up with Moon Knight in this, and just seeing the way, of course, Moon Knight just, he's not scared to deal with any issue. He jumps headlong into things. Great second issue. Very, very fun reveal as to who it is that seems to be in control of all this. And Jed, you keep killing it on Moon Knight. It's probably Marvel's best book, arguably. Great stuff. And let's see what else Jed is doing with the Marvel Universe with X-Men Book of Revelation for the Age of Revelation #1. He's teaming up with Netho Diaz, as he has on the regular X-Men book. And he's a little hesitant to pick this up at first, but this book does a great job of fleshing out the world of Revelation, this whole time jump, seeing what it is that Doug Ramsey is building for himself in this world. And this was actually a fun issue. Well, I don't want to say fun, but a good issue, in that it really does flesh out this world. It does a great job of showing that, like, Doug he's not just the new Apocalypse. He's still Doug. And I really like the way he plays the political points, where there are times in this book where people are like, oh, you're still Doug, you're still a nice guy. And he acknowledges, like, yeah, I'm just putting on this act because I have to be this leader for the masses. But behind the scene, I'm still Doug. I'm still very much Doug. So I really, really like that. And I liked how all the political intrigue, and of course we got Fabian Cortez being Fabian Cortez. Good stuff. A big character shows up at the end that we haven't seen, at least in this world, in a while. So if you're gonna pick up issues that are tied into this along with me, I tend to follow anyone, the curator, so to speak, of his story arc. Since Jed MacKay is the main person behind this Age of Revelation, that's what helped me want to pick up this issue, and it definitely helps flesh out the world. So I'm gonna keep checking this one out. It's only 3 issues, so I will. You should too, probably. And let's jump over to DC, where we got Absolute Wonder Woman by the award-winning Kelly Thompson. But we got a guest artist, right? Missing out on Hayden Sherman, but we got Matthias Bergara. And this was a great follow-up to the whole Maze story arc. This is another 2-part story. I think that seems to be a thing that Kelly and company are going to do with this, where we get like a 6-parter, 2-parter, 6-parter, and now another 2-parter, where this kind of slows things down. And it's also kind of grounding, once again, Diana in this world, where she's chasing around what this villain in the world, and at the end she realizes what this villain is. Great stuff, a lot of great dialogue. We get to see a lot of her and Steve interacting, and how well that relationship is blooming. And Diana's just realizing, hey, this is my role in this world, and this is what I must do no matter what, and how Circe prepared her for all of this despite how much danger it put them in. Kelly, you definitely earned that award, and this book continues to be probably one of the best Absolute books. So great stuff. Thank you. And let's check out Dynamite, where we have Silverhawks #9 by Ed Brisson and George Cabanillas. And guys, it seems like this is the penultimate issue of Silverhawks. Maybe it's not selling well, or is this maybe just the end of the first volume? I'm not sure. I was completely caught off guard by this. But this issue is action-packed, right? We got all the Silverhawks on duty. They're all facing down Monstar right now, and Monstar is like, look, you guys failed to end me, so now I'm gonna have to end you. So much action in this, so dynamic, so quick, but so deep at the same time. Good stuff. And I'm just hoping that this is not the complete end. I'm really hoping we get more than just one more issue of this series, because Ed and company, Dynamite, thank you for bringing this property back. So a lot of fun. Thank you. Speaking of properties that they brought back wonderfully, Thundercats Lost by, again, Ed Brisson, but with Rafa Lobosco on this art. No word on this title ending right now. This story continues these Lost Thundercats on what they're dealing with, traveling through Third Earth. They were sent on this special mission to kind of scout out Third Earth from Thundera, to find the Thunderians a new place to stay. They've lost Bengali. Things are really kicking off. Ligon is very, very hurt. It wraps up everything that's going on with Hammerhand and the Berserkers, and just kind of keeps moving them along on their trek through Third Earth. It felt like a hover issue, kind of like the story didn't move, but there was just a lot of action, and we got past the Berserkers, but I'm excited to see what's to come next. But I really can't wait for this story to collide with the main Thundercat story, especially since we already got Bengali over there. So I want to see where these guys end up in that story. But fun stuff, Ed. You keep killing it. So thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, let's jump over to ID, where we got Jason Aaron and Juan Ferrera's final issue on their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles run, number 12. And it wraps up beautifully, right? The Turtles have finally come together. They have this great moment where they realize, hey, we need to be the best version of the Turtles. They have to vanquish this final monster that was magically made to end the Turtles, since they couldn't get them thrown in jail and thrown in prison and buried underneath Rikers Island. So the Foot Clan unleashes this giant monster, which the Turtles do take care of beautifully. Jason and company do leave the book in capable hands, and they also leave it with quite a twist at the end, with the return of a character we have not really seen, despite the fact that we thought got a heartfelt goodbye. So very cool stuff. Jason, you made me want to read Ninja Turtles for 12 issues. I had never read a Ninja Turtles comic, but because of the work I know you're capable of doing, you definitely made these 12 issues very much worth reading, and everybody else should be reading it as well. So don't miss out. It's the last issue of Jason Aaron's Turtles. Don't miss it. And guys, that's what I picked up for this week. It was a great week. There was a lot of other stuff I could have picked up, but as always, I gotta pick up groceries at the same time too, right? So guys, thank you as always for taking the time out. Let me know what you picked up this week. Let me know what I should have picked up. Let me know what you thought was absolute junk and I shouldn't have wasted my time on. Thank you as always. Guys, make sure you're following us on our YouTube, on our X, on our Facebook, on our Instagram. We're all over the place, and we're giving you the great news that you need to be following. All right, so George and Jon Escudero, they do a fantastic job of making sure we're constantly putting the news out there, making sure you guys are on the pulse of everything that's going on in comic books, pop culture, and wrestling. Make sure you're checking out Dirt Sheet Radio. We're constantly covering everything wrestling over there 5 days a week, even on the weekends. So do not miss out, guys. Thank you as always for your time, guys. Make sure you keep print alive and you read more comics. Until next week, later.